We'll get our first stoppage here. 13 seconds into the period.
Cubs winning their first game of the showcase here yesterday against the Timmins Rock. Voodoos last minute, fortunately dropping their first game yesterday against the Sioux Thunderbirds.
Playback underway in the Voodoo zone. It's Newton. Newton had a couple of points last night against the Timmins Rock and a big win for the Cubs. Puck knocked right back down for Case. Case with the puck in his own zone. Flips it across the ice for Tucker Shields. Shields down the ice. Voodoos on the attack. Gets it over for McCarthy. McCarthy was hot yesterday, picking up 3 points in a loss to the Thunderbirds. Going cross ice now, coming in, scores! Right off the hop! Carson Ricci and the Voodoos are in flight here in the first period.
Great walk across the blue line there from McCarthy. Sends it right over to Ricci, who dances through the defense. Makes no mistake of that shot. One goal, 1-0 here for the Voodoos.
Ricci's second of the season. Overall, his third point on the year too as well. And we'll get to our goalie stats here in a moment. Ricci, goal scorer down the ice to Beatty, or Smith rather. Puck back to Ricci at the point. Dumps it back in on the near side. Thompson tries to go cross ice. McMillan! Puck dropped in the blue paint, and the Voodoos walked away at it, but couldn't get it past Bjoln. Bjoln, the goaltender for Sudbury. Duracolo for Powassan. McCharles down the ice. Gets it over to his man. And it was Martin that had the puck. Now McMillan going the other way. He almost gets stripped of the puck, and he does. Good play there by Martin. Martin down the ice to Harris. Harris dumps it in. Duracolo out to play the puck behind his net. Flips it near side. Comes to the point, but no further for Hauser. Hauser's shot tipped wide of the net. Now behind the net with the puck is Powassan with possession. Patrick with it out of his own zone. Leaves it behind to Smetham. Smetham dumping it down, can't get a pass. Now he does get a pass the blue line, but the linesman disrupts that play. But now it's to Rotundo, who takes a shot well wide. Puck bouncing around in the Sudbury territory. Just over 2 minutes gone here in this first period. Powassan with the only shots on goal. One of them fighting the back of the net. Now Rotundo bustles his man off the puck, gets it back to Hauser. Hauser takes a shot. Shanks with the high stick knocked it down, but play resumes as Powassan touched the puck next. Puck in Dite. Now Rotundo goes around for Lemke, just out of his reach. Lemke tries to shovel it through. Now it's down the ice for Lemke, who just gets to the red line and dumps it in. Bjoln coming into this game has played 5 games, 4 wins, 0 losses, a 3.00 goals against and a .910 save percentage. We'll talk about Duracolo in just a minute. Sudbury also coming in a perfect 9-0. Shanks with the shot on the backhand, turned aside by Duracolo. Now back to Hauser. Hauser tries to knock it back in, but instead Case almost got it out. Smith kept it in. Now near side to DuBroy. DuBroy, the hometown kid from Sudbury, down the ice looking for Owen Smetham. Smetham knocks the puck back to the blue line. Sent cross ice from Mike McLean, the returning defender. Played 1 game, and that was yesterday against the Thunderbirds. McLean in the corner, knocks his man down. Now Case leaves it for McLean. McLean. He's back on the job here for Powassan. Loses the puck to Shanks, though, and then back to Smith. Smith looking for Shanks for the tap-in. And unfortunately for Shanks, he didn't get any of it. Powassan muscling the puck down the ice. Here comes a chance now for McCarthy again. McCarthy with the shot. That one's blocked by Lazarus. Now the Powassan once again with possession. Back to the blue line, knocked towards the net, blocked. Powassan trying to gain the puck here in the zone again. Knocked back in. Behind the net. Going for a bit of a skate, knocked down, no call coming on that one. McCharles with possession now as he goes down the ice. McCharles takes the shot, blocked away by Duracolo. Ricci now battling with McCharles in the corner as McCharles comes out with it. Charles leaving it. Gets back to the blue line. Shot coming in off the shin pad though, and it's knocked back out, and Sudbury dumps it right back in. Dracula behind his net to Sturge. Sturge looking for some options. Passes it up the ice to Smetham. Smetham, or rather Thompson, lost it to Cohan. And now a good stick there by Smith, who also scored yesterday. Gets it down the ice. Harris got a piece of it. It comes into Dracula. And now Rotundo promptly deposits his cub onto the ice. Voodoos back in transition. McMillan takes the shot. Stopped by Bjorn. Rebound hops out. And now McMillan chasing right back after it. Hauser with the puck. Looks to come away with it. Gets across ice on the near side. And now going the other way is Rubrick. Rubrick gets it to the middle of the ice. Knocked down. Another chance. Turned aside by a body in front. Sudbury once again with pressure in the Voodoo zone. Smith, good stick. Tried to disrupt that pass. However, the Cubs continue with possession. Back to the point. Hauser takes the shot. Dracula saw that one. Another chance, another save for the man known as D-Rock in net. Shanks takes another shot off a stick, and it goes bouncing across the zone to Hauser. Voodoos once again in the slot, trying to get rid of it, and they get it up to Lemke. Lemke pushes it into Sudbury territory. However, it's out of his reach, and Bjorn comes out to play it and just knocks it down the ice. Back in for Case. Case to Patrick. Gets it down for Smetham. Now going in for Craven. Smetham and Craven battling down behind the net. Smetham comes away with it, gets it back in deep for Patrick. Patrick up to Case. Case walks the line, takes a shot, hit a body, and now it comes out for Newton. Newton loses it to Smetham, but Smetham can't do too much. Turns around, takes a weak shot on net, turned aside by Bjorn. And now Smetham still battling for it, as in comes McLean. McLean walks in, looks for Case on the near side. Case pushes the puck in deep. Back in for Patrick behind the net. Back to McLean. McLean to the middle of the ice for Case. He can't. He bobbles that one off his stick. Dumps it right back in. Now Patrick comes away with it. Puts it right back behind the net. Owen Smetham looking for it. And now a pile of bodies up against the near side wall. Digging and battling away for the puck. Neither team giving an inch right now. Back out for Russo. Russo with the shot. That one's blocked. Turning away, or turning around on a spinorama was Sturge on the rebound. Couldn't get a shot away with that one either. Then Russo again on Bjorn. Turned aside. Sturge tried to bat at the puck, but it's over his stick and out. But Ricci knocks it right back in. Lazarus behind his net, leaves it for his man. Now it looks like McCharles down the ice. McCharles with some speed gets around a couple of Voodoos. And now he loses the puck to McCarthy, who gets it to Ricci. And now it's cross ice for Turner. Turner dumped the puck in. Comes over Chitteroni. Chitteroni had himself a game against the Timmins Rock last night as well. To Rotundo. Rotundo in his own zone. Gets it back, but Quevion keeps it in. Going cross ice is Turner. Turner couldn't get the puck out, and now a pass down the ice. That could go for icing if it has enough. Does it? No, Quevion gets to it just in time. And now Sudbury from their own zone. Martin battling for possession, and the Voodoos come away with it, but a bad pass there to Rotundo gives it away. And now McCharles going the other way, but he's gassed, so he dumps the puck into Voodoo's territory for McMillan to pick up. McMillan goes cross ice. Quickly down the ice now. Smith tried to get to that one with Thompson. Now it's back to Rotundo. Rotundo flips it down the ice for McMillan, who chases after it, but Sudbury knocks it down the ice for Case. Case, cross ice to Mike McLean. Back for Case. Case flips it up and out of the zone, but that'll find Ines, who then found Smith, but the puck is still back into Voodoo's territory. Now deep in his own zone, Mike McLean hits the boards for McMillan. McMillan down the ice for Wraith Smith. Wraith Smith with the shot. Goes wide of the net. Chase Thompson. He picks up the rebound on the far side wall, and he's walking up the half wall. Now it's in tight. Sudbury back with possession. That's Rubrick. Puck knocked away. And now Cohan has it, trying to walk into Voodoos territory. He does, has the puck pickpocketed, but Sudbury picks it right back up. Patrick now has it. Flips it down the ice, and that should go for icing, or rather, Smith picked it up once again just before. Long period of play here without a whistle, as we're almost 10 minutes into this first period. 1-0, Powassan. Also the shots in favor of Powassan. As Smith walks into Voodoos territory, Ricci knocks it right back down the ice. And that one will go for icing. So now I can tell you all about Daniel DiRoccolo, the reigning NOJHL goaltender of the month. Has played 7 games. He's won 4, lost 1. He has one shutout. His goals against 196 and 939 save percentage. Coming into this game, when it comes to standings, well, both teams are the tops of their division. Powassan 5-2-0 for 11 points. Sudbury perfect 9-0 in 9 games for 18 points in the West. Now down the ice, Lemke has the Cubs all over him, but he still was able to get the puck over to Patrick. The Cubs, Smetham, that's Owen, tried to chase after, but now Hudson Chitteroni walking in. Chitteroni takes a shot. That one just squeaked through the blue paint. If there had been a blue jersey there, it would have spelled trouble for Powassan. Here goes Lazarus. Dumps it in past his man. Tries to get an outlet pass for the Voodoos, but instead Rotundo picks it up. Rotundo gains the red line, flips across ice. And that was Walker who turned it around. Keeping it in, though, Dubroy. Played for the Sudbury Nickel Capitals last year, U18. Also an affiliate player with the Voodoos. So making his hometown debut with Powassan here. And the puck down the ice into Voodoos territory. That'll be Parker McClellan who races down, and we'll get another icing call here with 8:44 left in the first period.
Hi, Courtney.
Hey, Harrison.
It's been one heck of a period here. Voodoos getting up on the board early, 1-0, doing a really effective job of stick checking, keeping Cubs to the outside, and making sure that they've had very few chances here.
Very good indeed, and very few indeed. As a shot goes rink wide by Powassan and is down and out of the zone. But McLean's going to get to that one first. Back in Powassan territory. McLean sends it down the ice. McCarthy gets a piece of it. Taps it in. Now on the near side is McCarthy with it. Battling at the half wall. Sudbury's going to gain possession, get it down the ice. Case quickly flips it right back from where it came, but it's going to go out of play. You know, you got to think as now we're going to reach our mid-period break, so actually we'll be right back on the other side of this on the front line.
Shows where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
And during each mid-period break during this tournament, we've wanted to bring to your attention that the NOJHL and Canadian Mental Health Association are proud to partner on Talk Today, a mental health program that provides education and support to athletes and raises mental health awareness in the community. To learn more, please visit CMHA Sudbury/Manitoulin at 111 Elm Street, Sudbury, or go to talktoday.ca. That is talktoday.ca.
Thank you very much, Harrison. You have to think that the Voodoos are going to have a little bit extra, get up today, considering the way they lost their game yesterday in the day one of the NOJHL Showcase, in which they were up 4-2 in the third period, lost 5-4 on a goal that was scored with 2.5 seconds left in the third.
By all rights in your mind, you had that game in your back pocket. And to lose like that has got a light of fire under you, and you've seen that right away with a goal with less than a minute on the board into this game. And 8-12 now with fast and furious play. We're back to it.
Back to it indeed as the Voodoos try to gain Sudbury zone again. Once again, Shields sends it across ice, misses any tip in, so it's back to the point for Ricci. Ricci dumps it right back in behind the net. Sudbury tried to flush it out to the point, and now it does come out. And that's a good shot there by Shields from the face-off dot on the far side of the ice. And we'll get another stoppage here as Bjorn, who shows that he's up to the task on that one with his glove.
And you gotta love that classic brown pads and glove combo. Looks really nice with the blue, and it's been flashing the leather on that glove save there. Makes no mistake about it and sees that one all the way through.
Play back underway in the Sudbury zone. Bit of a weird bounce behind the net, but Sudbury still gets it out of their zone. Down the ice now. Takes a shot blocked away by DeRoccolo. Back to the point. Hauser keeps it in. Hauser walking the line. Dumps it in for Craven. And now Smith goes after it. Smith wearing the C in this one. Loses it. Now Case goes after it as he's being harassed by Newton. Gets it up for McMillan. McMillan's pass to the middle of the ice for Wraith Smith. As this dumped into Bjorn, who tried to dump it out. Nearly caused a goal from bouncing it off of Smith. Battling in the near side corner. In Sudbury territory. McMillan in there along with Smith. Nobody moving the puck, although the referees are urging them to. 6:40 left in this first period. Powassan leads 1-0. McMillan tripped up. Also hauled down to the ice. Nothing coming on that one, however. As now McMillan has to force his way out of the stick. And Rotundo with a good chance as he was sneaking in. Got a pass from McMillan. He shoots it on net. Bjorn turns it aside. And then the rebound chance comes out to center ice as McClelland just sends it right back in on Bjorn from the neutral zone. Sudbury in transition, trying to get it away from Ricci. Now it's to Smith. Smith flipping it into Voodoos territory. Ricci just shovels it around behind his net to Reese Smetham. Reese Smetham going cross ice looking for Lemke. Lemke picks it up, gives it to Patrick. Patrick in alone with one defender to beat, sends the puck cross ice, and because it hit a stick, it went up and into the netting and out of play.
Fairly back and forth affair so far, despite the Voodoos opening up the scoring so early. Voodoos getting a couple more chances, getting a little bit more dug in the Sudbury zone, forcing many more draws there, and in their defensive zone, Sudbury has been able to keep the Cubs to the outside, limiting chances.
Ricci, near side, was looking for Owen Smetham. Puck rolled off his stick, and now Kevion has it behind his net. Kevion behind the net to Lazarus. Lazarus has the puck hop off his stick, but the puck still gets down the ice as he was able to corral it. Now Ricci carrying it back in. He looks center of the ice for Owen Smetham, and Smetham couldn't hold on to that pass, so the puck back out to the neutral zone again, but Powassan has possession. Flipped back out. Ricci chasing after it though, and now Walker walking his way in is knocked over. No call coming on that one either. As now Walker's down on the ice, but the Voodoos and Cubs are digging away. Sturge over skated the puck, got it to Russo though. Russo flips it out. Martin picks it up in the neutral zone, gets it back up for Walker. Walker knocked off his feet as a Voodoos player fell into him. That was Dubroy. And going after it is Turner. Turner into Cubs territory. Loses possession. And going the other way now is Sudbury. Sudbury gets it in. That's Cohan. Near side. Stopped by DeRoccolo. Once again, McCarthy being all sorts of harassed by Cohan. As the puck knocked off him, Martin gets it in for Rubrick. Rubrick battling with Case. Puck comes out front. There's no Cub player to corral that one. As the puck just rolls through, and now neither team is able to get the puck to stop bouncing before it finally hits the end wall. Case back with the puck. I guess you could say this pairing of McLean and Case. McLean's back on the case.
You
Yep.
could say that.
That's a terrible one. Shields. He hit the neutral zone. Flips it right back in. However, Sudbury tries to flip it right back out. Rotundo kept it in momentarily, but going the other way now with a burst of speed is Newton. Newton couldn't get around his man McLean, or McMillan. And now the puck does come out front. Smith turns around, tried to send it across the blue paint. No one was there to tap it in. McMillan for Thompson. Thompson walking in on the near side wall. Gets hit, knocked off the puck. However, now McMillan battling behind the net. Thompson tries to come away with it. Puck comes to the point. Reach, he thought he had it, but it hops over his stick and out of the Cubs zone. Flip back in by the Voodoos. It's Jaden Sturge. He's playing in his third game back from injury. And it's flipped back in. You can check out Jaden Sturge on a recent episode of the Frontline podcast, actually, with Daniel DiRoccolo. Coming out from the front, Reese Smetham, behind his own net, tries to flip the puck down the ice. It does come out, but not very far as it's sent back in on DiRoccolo, who blocks it aside. Cross ice now, out of the reach of any Voodoo player, and walking back in is Walker. Walker with another shot. DiRoccolo turns that one aside. Sudbury buzzing now. Gets it back to Hauser. Hauser takes a shot. That's off Lemke's stick and out of play. So the Voodoos mercifully will get a stoppage here with 2:27 left in the first period.
First real moment of sustained pressure here for the Sudbury Cubs in the Powassan Voodoo zone. They'd had a couple of breakout chances, a couple of moments here, but overall this is their first chance to fire a few pucks on net, get something going, and so far DiRoccolo and the Voodoos defense have looked stalwart.
Face-off will be coming to the near side. DiRoccolo's blocker. It'll be McCharles along with Patrick in the draw. Patrick wins it back to his man, McLean. McLean got it up. Couldn't get it past the blue line, or rather the linesman said yes, it is offside, so the Cubs will have to tag up. Case skates around his man. Now with a head of steam into the Cubs territory. Case takes a shot. Might have got a piece of Bjorn, but anyways, it's into the corner. Near side wall. 2 white jerseys, 2 blue jerseys battle for it. Now LaCroix comes away with it. Back to Harris. Harris near side to Lazarus. Lazarus down the ice. Looking for LaCroix. LaCroix walking in. Left it for Cohan, but it was a slow developing play, so Powassan was able to knock it aside. However, Sudbury still has possession. Flip back. Lazarus tries to flip it on net. Patrick was there to block it, and now Dubroy with the head of speed chasing after it. Sudbury knocks it right back down. LaCroix with it. LaCroix leaving it for Cohan. Cohan in tight. Another chance. What a save by DiRoccolo, and the second chance as well. The goaltender got his pad down to save that one. As Sudbury looking for the equalizer. LaCroix behind the net. And the Voodoos come away with it. That's McClellan. McClellan, far side to Russo. Russo flips it in. The former captain of the U18 Trappers gets the puck in deep as we're into the final minute. Puck near side as it's flipped out and out of play as Rotundo was coming in to pinch in, but Hines tried to get it off the glass, but instead he put it right into the meshing.
Goaltender for the Voodoos, Daniel DiRoccolo, showing off his lateral movement, his quick reflexes. Gets across, laying down with a nice pad save there. Even gets it for the rebound. Excellent looks from him. Looking sharp, looking fast, looking effective.
Indeed he did. It's back to Case off the offensive zone draw. Gets it near side to McCarthy. McCarthy sends it in to the down the half wall. It's into the corner. McCarthy trying to pick it up once again. Battling for possession on the near side. And the Cubs come away with it, but they can't get out of their zone right away. Now flipped into Voodoo's territory. Oliver Smith will be in first to it. Picking it up in Powassan's zone. Looking for Martin. Martin, who was pinching in. Couldn't get the puck to settle down. Now he takes a sharp angle shot. DiRoccolo turns that one aside. McCarthy battling for it. 11 seconds left on the clock. Puck on the far side now. Turner. They just decide to wedge it up against the wall. 5 seconds left. And if the Voodoos have their way, and it looks like they will, that'll do it here for the first period of action. 20 minutes in the books. Powassan up 1-0. And a little bit of extracurriculars after the whistle as well, as I see Newton getting involved. Looks like McLean as well. McLean's got we've got a couple of inches on Newton for sure, if we're going to talk about size here. DiRoccolo just goes right off to the dressing room, says enough of this.
My work's done.
Yeah, I did my job. I faced 9 shots, and I saved 9 shots. So, that'll do it here for the first period of action. Harrison, before we go, your thoughts?
Voodoos with a hot start, looking effective, getting high quality chances on the net. Cubs starting to bounce back a little bit there at the end, but Duraclo holding firm, looking great, and we'll see who comes out on top after this.
Carson Ricci, his second goal of the season, is the lone goal right now. Darby McCarthy and Zach Turner on the assist. And again, 1-0 Powassan after 20 minutes of play here on the front line. And as Harrison said, we'll be back after this.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today. Meals are a special time for families to gather, share their day, and spend quality time together. Those dinners are made extra special when you add tropical produce found in the markets and grocery stores that carry La Huerta imports. La Huerta knows the importance of family, so they know which quality products make the best quality meals for your customers, whether it be Mexican Hass avocados, Brazilian figs, Ecuadorian red dragon fruit, or something just as exotic and special. To get your supply of the best tropical produce at competitive prices with brands buyers trust, contact La Huerta Imports at 705-752-1478.
Barry! Huh? I told you not to be scaring the customers.
Hey, Barry, come on in for a bite. And bring Brianna with you.
For only 2 minutes up the hill, where you're only a stranger once.
Ready to embark on an electrifying adventure? Look no further than the Mitsubishi Outlander, available in gas or PHEV, the SUV that redefines excellence. Recently awarded the best midsize utility vehicle in Canada for 2023 by AJAC. This bold and sophisticated SUV delivers advanced performance, safety, and tech, plus peace of mind with its standard super all-wheel control and the best warranty in the business. With red-hot deals and plenty in stock, your award-winning drive starts with the Mitsubishi Outlander.
And we welcome you back inside the Jerry McCrory Countryside Arena here in Sudbury for the second period of the fourth and final game of day number 2 at the NOJHL Showcase. It's 1-0 after 20 minutes of play between the Powassan Voodoos and the Sudbury Cubs, who are playing at home but not on their home ice. That's behind us on ice pad number 1. As we get set here, I'm Courtney Kenny, he's Harrison Clements. Carson Ricci scoring a goal 42 seconds into the first period. We'll have to see if the Voodoos have another fast start in them. The Voodoos in their road whites are going right to left this period. The Sudbury Cubs in their home blues are going left to right. Turner battling for the puck along with Oliver Smith. And it's knocked out of play and into the Sudbury bench. So we'll get our first whistle here of the period. 13 seconds in, Harrison.
Going to be interesting to see how this play develops. The last period was fairly quick, only a couple of whistles. Not many long zone possessions. Seeing who can take the advantage here first, despite the Voodoos' quick goal.
Mike McLean back to his defense partner Alex Case. Both new acquisitions to the team, as Case's dump in is out of play and right past the net of Bjorn and over into the meshing.
McLean just joining back recently to the Voodoos squad and meshing quite nicely, I'd have to say, from what I've seen here at the showcase.
Yeah, his first game back was yesterday against the Sioux Thunderbirds. He did play with the Voodoos to end the season last year. Then he went to Ottawa 67's camp, and apparently from all things I've heard, the 67s really like the big defender, but it became a numbers game. Now the Voodoos in transition, going the other way. Battalion prospect Wraith Smith takes a good shot there, sharp angle though, and Bjorn stands tall on that one at the top of his crease, stopping that one.
Staying centered, catching that puck quite easily. Wraith Smith, really good rush up, but all angles taken away. Get that offensive zone draw. Make sure that you're set up in the O zone, get the puck moving around. Make sure that you take high quality opportunities like the Voodoos have so far.
Chase Thompson against Nolan Newton in the draw. Thompson wins it back. However, it's the Cubs that have the first real possession off the draw. Now the puck comes out to Smith. Smith tries to whack it out of his zone. Thompson knocks it back in. Now it's deep on the near side corner. Wraith Smith coming away with it, giving it to Thompson. Thompson now goes behind the net, although he has Hauser right on him. Or rather, Hudson Martin. Now a foot race between a couple of Voodoos. Newton won the race. Big stop there early by Daniel DiRoccolo to preserve the 1-0 lead. Smith, Oliver Smith that is, couldn't get the puck back in the Voodoo zone, so Wraith Smith gets it to the red line and dumps it into Cubs territory. Bjorn with the puck, near side, leaving it now. Good speed by Nolan Newton here as he goes down the ice, gains it, Gives it to Oliver Smith. Goes cross ice to Shanks. What another big save by DeRoccolo. Coming across, stopping that one with his arm. As it looked like Shanks had the big goaltender down and out. Craven now back up ice for Shanks, although it's out of his reach, to McClellan. Voodoos trying to weather this early storm from the Cubs as the puck back in deep for DeRoccolo. Flips it back on the near side to Lemke. Lemke takes a hit, holds on to the puck and knocks it down the ice, and it's into Cubs territory. Bjorn thought to play it, but it didn't really have enough legs, so he leaves it for LaCroix. Now LaCroix gets it up the ice quickly for Cohan. It's knocked aside by McLean. McLean skating down into Cubs territory, but the puck was knocked off his stick, and Hauser gets to it. Now, in Cubs territory, DeBroy knocks it on net. It's sitting there in the blue paint. Bjorn tried to knock it aside, but he took a couple of whacks before he was able to get to Cohan. But the puck's still in Cubs territory. Voodoos now mounting a bit of a offensive pressure of their own. As the Cubs, playing with the puck in their own zone, get it back around behind the net to Craven. Craven backhands it up and out of the zone to LaCroix. In deep to Voodoos territory. Case has it behind his net. Flipping it down the ice for Owen Smetham. Now to McCharles. McCharles flips it right back into Voodoos territory, and Case goes after it. DeRoccolo plays it. Lazarus keeps it in. Russo on the far side wall. Trying to flip it out. Gets it to the blue line, but no further. As now McLean plays it to the middle of the ice for Case. Case plays it off the boards. It'll go down all the way to Bjorn. So no icing on that one, but he plays it quickly back up to McCharles. McCharles skates the puck down into Voodoos territory. Looking behind the net. Skating around. Back into Kevion. Kevion, cross ice. Takes the shot, missed the net. DeRoccolo missed that as well. And now it's to the far side wall. Sturge coming away with it. Goes for a bit of a skate. Flipping it down the ice for Turner. Turner put his fist up, knocked down a Cubs player who's now down on the ice. Slow to get up, that's Kevion. And now McCharles going the other way. Kevion still slow to get up as he's wondering about the license plate of that Mack truck that just hit him. Still in his own zone. Very slowly trying to get back to the bench. The Voodoos basically playing a mini power play here until Kevion gets off the bench, and indeed he does. Cohan takes another shot. DeRoccolo with the save. Rebound chance. Knocked away from the net. And now battling in the near side corner. Two Voodoos players, or a Voodoo player and a Cubs player, knocked into the boards. And the puck comes loose finally. Now McMillan up quickly. Quickly on transition. Now going the other way is Zach Turner. Zachary Turner flips it far side into the Cubs territory, but quickly Sudbury back with possession. Cohan, cross ice, finds Martin. Martin can't get it very far in before the Voodoos try to get it out. However, LaCroix gets it back in deep. Cohan looking to go cross ice. He does. Not a clean pass, but it still gets to his target. As the shot comes in, it's blocked by some Voodoos. Another chance. Another shot blocked and into the corner. Cohan on the near side now. Loses it to Powassan. Powassan knocks it down the ice. However, it's back to Hines. Hines takes the shot. Dumps it into Powassan territory. DeRoccolo comes out of his net, plays it, and then decides covering it up is probably the better option. Just over 5.5 minutes gone here in the second period. Powassan still leading 1-0. However, Sudbury's taking the lead in shots 11-9.
Sudbury getting a few good looks there, and DeRoccolo bailing out his team once at the end of the last period, and one huge moment here early in the second, getting across, getting that glove, getting that pad right in the way. Fantastic stuff from the young netminder.
Another shot in on net. DeRoccolo gets it, and then he corrals the rebound and covers it back up. 14:22 here left in the second period. Still 1-0 Powassan leads.
Voodoo's doing a really good job at keeping the Cubs uncomfortable, making sure that they're always being harassed by sticks, not able to stick handle as well as you would like to, being kept to the outside, being kept to making quick plays, quick shots, and not lining anything up that you really like.
Look, chance there for Shanks, but he's knocked down. Another chance turned aside by DeRoccolo. Case tries to flip it up. Shanks gets to it. And now a battle on the near side half wall. Shanks coming away with it. Sends it in for Oliver Smith. Loses it, though. And now going the other way is the Voodoos in transition. Reese Smetham flips the puck into Cubs territory. Chasing after it. Look for the centering pass for Patrick. Couldn't connect with him on that one. And going the other way is the Cubs, but not for long. A good back check there by Smetham. Stops that. And now Sudbury back in their own zone. As you mentioned, Harrison, not much room to breathe out there for either team as of right now. It's going to be a war of attrition, it feels like. Oliver Smith going cross ice to Lazarus. Lazarus with the shot. And that one's turned aside by DeRoccolo. Now battling on the far side is Shanks. Shanks comes away with it. Shanks dumps it in deep. Patrick gets to it, flips it right back to the other side. Charles looks to take the shot. And that one hit a body and went wide. Now skating around the zone is Chitteroni. Chitteroni with another shot. Kicked aside and into the corner by DeRoccolo. Now back in, Reese Smetham's going to pick it up. Smetham taken hard into the boards. McLean there for support as another battle ensues on the near side corner. McLean comes away with it, decides to take it slow behind his net before he sees what he likes. Now going the other way, Patrick. Patrick gains the zone, takes the shot, and is quickly gloved by Bjorn. And we'll get another stoppage here with 12:41 left.
Sudbury with some really good offensive zone time, keeping the puck in, keeping the pressure on, moving it around, making the Voodoos really work for the defense, tiring them out a bit. But at the end there, Patrick Mann just a break, gets it up in the Cubs zone, and hopefully get some offensive zone pressure of their own.
Ricci, another chance, just missed the glove of Bjorn. And we'll get a stoppage here as the net's knocked off. Nobody tell Bjorn that the Blue Jays have officially been eliminated, or else he might stop trying to play good first base there.
So it did happen?
2-0.
Classic.
They scored 1 run in 2 games.
At least it felt expected this year.
Yeah, that's true. Still hate it.
It's hard to be positive.
What did I tell you this morning? It'll be my last day to wear this shirt.
That is true. You did say that. It was good morning, and I'm going to be sad later.
Yeah, and I'm sad. Let's go Voodoos. I mean, we're an unbiased company here. If you're wondering where Thomas Mercier is, the usual suspect, well, we'll get to that in a moment, as that'll be a delayed penalty against the Voodoos for tripping in the corner. We'll just have to see who it is that goes. Looks like Russo is going to be the guilty party. Yes, if you're looking for Thomas Mercier, well, he had all of Pad 1 action over here earlier today. He's now done. He'll be doing his hockey show down in the lobby. So he's done for the day. And that's why we've got this, because the Cubs aren't playing on their usual side. They're playing on Pad 2. And we got lucky enough to get both Cubs games both days. So bear with us. We are from North Bay.
Bear with us.
We are employed by the Powassan Voodoos. As we have a power play opportunity here for the Cubs. Tucker Shields down deep in Sudbury territory, battling with Oliver Smith, not giving him any room to maneuver. And he knocks it in on net to Bjorn. However, the Cubs pick it up off the rebound. Going the other way. McCharles had it knocked off his stick by Lemke. Lemke flips it right back down the ice. 1:25 left on the man advantage as Hines picks it up in his own zone. Hines slowing things down. Leaves it for his man. And now Newton with a burst of speed through the neutral zone. Newton gets around his man, Case. Gets it back behind. And it's back out for Oliver Smith. Smith near side to McCharles. McCharles with a shot. And that was Walker, who tried to tip it but instead put it into the corner. Now Walker just skating around the perimeter of the zone. Lots of speed by Walker. Takes a shot, hit a post, but it did not go in. The puck sat there, and now it's shoveled away from the net. Smith. 45 seconds left. Over to McCharles on the near side. McCharles to Hines. Hines, far side to Smith. Smith cross ice to McCharles. McCharles had the puck just hop over his stick. Couldn't get a good shot away, and it's into the corner. Now it's back to the point. Back over for McCharles. McCharles takes another shot. That hit a body and went wide. And now a hard hit on the near side corner. Knocks a Cub down. And he's slow to get up as well. And the puck exits the zone, and we'll get another stoppage here. As now it looks like I believe that's Shanks who's down on the ice. And he's very slow to get up. Another Cub down. And this one, as we saw Kevion, and we haven't seen him since, go off. We'll have to see what goes on here as the trainer comes over. Oh, no, maybe well, it looks like a 7 to me, so I think that is Shanks in the near side corner.
I do believe so from this angle. Big hit in the corner. Hard to see from this angle exactly what happened. But lots of physicality being thrown around during this game. Hard, intense power play. Voodoos using the checking to their advantage to keep the Sudbury Cubs at bay. Sudbury almost getting lucky with that one post shot there and a few good setups. So far being held 2-0 at this point.
Hey, Walker, talk about that, going around and around and around with a lot of speed. Just kind of caught the Voodoos watching a little bit.
Absolutely, hypnotizing.
As he's starting to get back up now. This actually looks like Nolan Newton actually now. I know 7 looks a lot different than 24.
27.
27.
No.
Hines came over to help.
Oh, I see.
It is Newton going across. The 2 looked like a 7. I didn't see the 4. In my defense, to people near me that are making fun of me. Ben Long. Happy birthday, Mike, cameraman.
Staying focused as ever.
Yep.
19 seconds remaining on the power play for the Sudbury Cubs. Draw will be just outside the zone.
That will be a big loss to the Cubs if Nolan Newton can't come back in this one. Chitteroni in for the draw along with Shields. It was just outside of the Voodoo zone, but now it comes out. And Powassan sends it down the ice looking for Lemke. Lemke takes his man hard into the boards again, and now it comes out to Shields. Shields fanning on the shot. Had a good shorthanded opportunity, but couldn't capitalize. 2 seconds, and we're back to 5-on-5 hockey as another shot just goes wide of the net. Russo back out on the ice now. Puck goes in deep for Shanks. Shanks down on the, knocked hard into the boards. And he gets it back, though, in the far side wall, battling with McLean. McLean, once again, on the far side wall. Couple of Voodoos jerseys in there, couple of Cubs. Puck comes out to the point. There's Kevion making his return. Takes a shot, goes across the zone and way out of play. And we are officially over halfway in this game, as with 9:52 left in the second. We'll take our mid-period break and we'll be back on the other side of this.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
At the halfway point of each game on this tournament, we would like to bring up the Canadian Mental Health Association. Sudbury Manitoulin is a community-based mental health and addictions care organization that provides a wide range of supports and services to Greater Sudbury and region. To learn more, please visit CMHA Sudbury /Manitoulin at 111 Elm Street, Sudbury, or go to sm.cmha.ca. That is sm.cmha.ca.
Well, if we want to give a recap of today's games here from the Showcase Day 2, first game of the day, Elliott Lake took it to Kirkland Lake 5-2. The next game saw Sioux Thunderbirds shut out the Hearst Lumberjacks 3-0. Espanola then really took it to Iroquois Falls 7-1. Timmins falling to Blind River 5-2. And just earlier on this pad, the Sioux Eagles just edging the French River Rapids 4-3. And currently we are 1-0 as we get ready for more action here between the Powassan Voodoos and the Sudbury Cubs. Cohan and Patrick in for the draw for the respective teams. And Patrick wins it back, although Ricci couldn't get good possession and knocks it down to the point. Puck coming away with it to Smetham. Smetham tries to get it out. Craven kept it in. And now Smetham's able to knock it down the ice to Cowan. And the puck comes out. Cohen again once with it. Knocks it into Voodoo's territory. Sturge gets a bear hug from his man behind the net. Puck comes in, goes wide of the net. And Sudbury once again with possession in Voodoo's territory. Back to Craven. Craven along the near side, or rims it around the boards, I should say. And now the puck is to Sturge. Sturge Goes around for Ricci. Ricci, the lone goal scorer here today. Gets it up the ice, and Patrick going the other way. Patrick would have had a 2-on-1, but the puck was just out of his reach. And now battling on the near side wall is Reese Smetham. Smetham battling along with Hauser. Hauser lost his stick, and it's back to the point. Another shot on net, gloved down by Bjorn. And we'll get another stoppage here with 8:39 left in the second period.
First time that we've seen the Powassan Voodoos in the Cub zone in a little bit here. Most of the time has been spent in the Voodoo zone, especially after that penalty. Was hard to get it out. Had a couple of breakout chances, but overall it had been in the Voodoo zone. Powassan trying to get something going here.
Hines near side to Walker. Walker flips it out of his zone. Missed everybody, including Chitteroni. Gets to Rotundo. Rotundo, who'd be used to seeing Chitteroni last year in the Great North U18 League, as Chitteroni played for the Junior Greyhounds, and Rotundo played for the U16 Trappers. Now McCharles walking in. Takes the shot, blocked aside by Duracolo. Good save there by the goaltender. The reigning NOJHL goaltender of the month. Now it's to Smith. Smith throws it in cross ice. Took a weird bounce off the dasher and hits the meshing and out of play.
Sudbury doing a really good job at making the Voodoos feel uncomfortable in their zone. Converging multiple players onto anybody around the boards, making sure that passing lanes are effectively covered, and pouncing over anything at the blue line. Draw will once again be in the Cub zone.
Russo losing the draw to Newton, who is back out on the ice. And the Cubs going back to it. Going right back down is Ines. Ines sends it around the end wall. Case gets to it. Case flips it out, and the Voodoos do get the puck down to the neutral zone. Now battling for it is Dubroy. Dubroy takes a sharp angle shot, stopped by Bjorn, and we'll get a quick whistle there.
Quick rush there, some nice stick handling, and Bjorn covers that quite effectively. Good rush, good little chance there. Voodoos at 11 shots, and the Cubs at 16, score still 1-0 with 7:40 remaining. And
Ricci scoring that lone goal way back in the first period, 42 seconds in. And since then, the only thing on the score sheet, Justin Russo's penalty in the second period. Shields in for the draw against Newton, wins it back. McCarthy with it. McCarthy sends it back around the end wall. Now it's Newton behind the net. Newton shovels it up to his teammate, but it's Lazarus battling with McCarthy. Now Turner gets it into the corner. And the Voodoos still battling for possession, and now we'll see a penalty against Powassan for slashing.
Tough board battle there for the puck in between the feet. Stick starts swinging around, and penalty, I believe,
going against McCarthy.
Going against McCarthy. Sudbury Cubs had a really good last power play. A couple of really solid chances. Duracolo bailing them out at one point, Post bailing them out on another. We'll see if the Cubs have anything going here, if the Voodoos can effectively kill this one.
Draw coming to the right of Duracolo. McLean gets to it. Battling along the wall. Back to Ines. Ines walks the line. Gives it to Smith. Smith takes a shot. They score! Sudbury ties it up on the power play. And that's Oliver Smith.
12 seconds into the power play. Gets all the space in the world off a nice pass. Is able to walk through the face-off circle and just finds a gap. Fires for it. And this is a 1-1 game.
Oliver Smith from Lively, just around the corner. His 10th goal of the season in 10 games. And you had to think something was coming eventually with the Voodoos giving up their second power play to the Cubs. And that's what kind of sunk them yesterday against the Thunderbirds. It was the constant parade of Voodoos jerseys to the penalty box, and the Thunderbirds eventually converting. Martin with the puck. Yeah, tries to get it down the ice. He does. Now with possession with it is Chitteroni. Smetham battling for it with Chitteroni. Comes out. Gets it back to Patrick. Patrick flips it in. Bjorn out to play it. Bjorn on the backhand to the near side corner. Back to Smetham. Smetham in the corner. Tries to walk out. Takes a chance. Tries to get around McCharles. And it's flipped back out. McCharles walking out. Tries to pass it out front. Ricci with a good little block there stops that chance. And now Ricci flips it down the ice. Coming out for his man. That's Patrick. And now Cubs once again with possession in the neutral zone. Big hit leveled there by Patrick. And the Voodoos just flip it right back into Cubs territory. The Voodoos are definitely winning the physical game in this one so far, though, I would say. Shoveled back in by Thompson. But is flipped back down the ice. And Rotundo picks it up in his own zone. Rotundo for Smith. Smith chasing after it. Smith and Craven battling behind the net. And now the puck comes away to the far side half wall. Cubs player takes a spill into the boards. McMillan tries to get a shot away. So does McCarthy. And he just puts that one wide. Thompson out front looking for his man Smith. Smith was there all alone in the slot, but the pass didn't come to him as it went around to Rotundo. Rotundo dumps it right back into Cubs territory. The Voodoos answering back with some pressure of their own here. Thompson along with Smith deep in the zone to McMillan. McMillan on the near side wall battling. He's surrounded by 3 blue jerseys. And away is Cohan. Cohan down the ice. And a good chance here for Sudbury, negated by Mike McLean. McLean on a good defensive battle. Gets the puck. Goes for a skate. Decides to take it up down the ice for himself as he just carries it into Cubs territory. McLean behind the net. Slowly turning. Puts it in tight. Tries to get another chance. Dubroy just sends it right back in. Bjorn down on the ice. And a quick whistle there negates any scoring opportunity for the Voodoos as they were shoveling it away at the goaltender.
Best overall chance you've seen from the Voodoos in the past few minutes. McLean with a nice zone entry, just to keep his cool, keep control, fires one on net, causes some chaos. A good opportunity for a nice bounce there, but Bjorn just hops all over that one and keeps this a tie game.
Face-off coming to the left side of Bjorn. It'll be Patrick in for the Voodoos, Newton in for the Cubs, a couple of number 24s. Patrick losing as Newton gets it back to Kevion. Kevion to the near side for Shanks. Shanks down the ice for Smith, the goal scorer for Sudbury. As now Shields tries to battle, or Sturge rather, tries to battle it back down the ice. Kevion flips it right back in. And Newton comes away with it. Newton going around Lemke. Gets it behind the net. Continues to skate around the zone. Newton leaves it for Kevion. Kevion with the shot. That one down in front of Duracolo as he stops that puck still loose. As Duracolo now down on the ice, trying to find the puck. Another backhand chance turned aside by Duracolo. What a save there by the goaltender.
Duracolo getting in front of that initial shot. Sprawling out, just to get back up in time for what looks like an easy backhand, and he says, no way, not today. Fantastic stuff from the netminder. And the rest of the team getting involved in the blocking as well.
Daniel Duracolo doing everything he can to prove why he was the NOJHL's goaltender of the month for the month of September. Young netminder with so much potential, fun to watch. Chitteroni leaves it for Ines at the top of the zone. Weird bounce, nearly knocked it on the net, but instead it went over. McCarthy down for his man Turner. Turner flips it into the zone. Ines tries to find his man. Shields nearly picked it off. Now the puck's down the ice. McClellan with a makeshift 2-on-1 to Chitteroni. Chitteroni with a good pass to Walker. It's turned aside by Duracolo. And bodies are flying now, but Duracolo staying calm made the save. Almost 17 minutes gone here in the second period.
Sudbury's had a few breakout chances here in the second, and so far the Voodoos have made their life fairly difficult as they're going for them. Either the back check completely smothering them or negating passing lanes on what looked like could break out into odd man rushes.
Face-off coming to the left or the right-hand side of Durocolo. Voodoos with possession. Thompson goes for a skate, flips it near side to Smith. Wraith Smith flipping it into Cubs territory. Thompson chasing after it. Now pinching in is, well, that was Sturge. Or rather Case, sorry. He was able to keep it in momentarily, but now the puck's out into Voodoos territory. McMillan to Case. Case. Near side to McLean. McLean going for another skate down the ice. Gains the zone. Takes a sharp angle shot. Stopped by Bjorn. As McLean looking more and more like he's back on the case here in every shift that goes by.
Could not agree more. He's able to create so much space. As he pushes in that right side, he's got strong skating ability, strong physicality, able to keep defenders off of him and make the space he needs.
Also, in case anyone was wondering, happy birthday, Mike Brown, camera operator. Mike's doing a great job for us here all showcase long. And it's also his birthday. Did I mention that?
It is.
Near side, Cubs flip it down the ice. Quickly, Smetham gets to it, flips it right back in. Bjorn out to play it to Kevion. Kevion with the puck behind his net, slowing things down, leaving it for McCharles. McCharles going for a bit of a rush, flips it around his man. Lemke now going into the corner with McCharles. Hits him, but McCharles stays on the puck. McCharles back to Kevion. Kevion takes the shot, stopped by Durocolo. And in case you were wondering, the game-tying goal goes to Oliver Smith, of course, his 10th, assisted by Chris Hines. That was 11 minutes ago.
Voodoos having a lot more opportunity as they're going on the breakout, as they're going on the rush, but the Sudbury Cubs have been able to get in their setups quickly and dump a lot more shots on goal that seem to be effective compared to the Voodoos.
McLean sends the puck down the ice. Lazarus gets to it, flips it right back in on Durocolo. McCarthy picks it up from his goaltender. Going cross ice looking for McLean. McLean tries to flip it out of his zone, but now he's battling with two Cubs, and the Cubs come away with it. Sharp angled shot by Cohan, knocked aside by McLean, and now Shields with it. Shields back for the big defender to Case. Case tried to get it out, nearly found a Cub player in dangerous territory, and now the Voodoos going the other way, or they tried to, and now a couple of hard hits here as the Cubs try to fight back a little bit physical-wise. Almost to the final minute. Voodoos with the puck in the neutral zone, going cross ice. Turner chasing after it. Turner in the near side corner. Battling for the puck. Coming away with it, though, however, is Harris. Harris going to the middle of the ice, found Cohan. And now Rubrick with it to Lazarus. Back to Thompson. Thompson had it hop off his stick right back to Kevion. Kevion down the ice. Gets it to Ricci. Ricci near side now for Case. Case's pass deemed to be offside against Smith, so he has to turn around, and the Cubs regain possession. Shanks into Voodoos territory, flips it right back in. Durocolo turns it aside. 20 seconds remaining on the clock here. Shanks with it. Takes a sharp angle shot, turned aside by the goaltender, or it hit the side of the net. And now the puck back to the blue line. Flipped down the ice for Ray Smith. One-on-one with Craven. Smith takes the shot. Bjorn with the shoulder save as he turns that one aside. Less than 5 seconds now. The near side wall. Smith once again tries to get to the middle of the ice. Falls down, and that'll do it here for the second period of play between the Sudbury Cubs and the Powassan Voodoos. 1-1 is our score. A goal scored by Carson Ricci in the first, and Oliver Smith here in the second period. Shots 21-15. Harrison, your thoughts?
Cubs seem to dominate that period for the most part in the offensive zone. Voodoos getting some really good rushes, some really good scoring chances there, especially off the back of McLean, forcing his way into their zone, into the net. But Bjorn looks really steady. Durocolo bailing out the Voodoos a few times, but their back check started to improve as the period went on.
Yes, indeed. The Voodoos need to get some help for Daniel Durocolo here going into the final frame if they hope to take 2 points from the Cubs and give them their first loss of the season. As usual, he's Harrison Clements. I'm Courtney Kenny. Ben Long, our producer, and happy birthday, Michael Brown, the camera operator. We'll be back on the other side of this.
Happy
Average
birthday.
Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items, or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.
Why is Northern Honda servicing more cars of all makes and models? Let's count the ways. 1. Our state-of-the-art facility has award-winning technicians. 2. Northern Honda has the lowest tire price guarantee, no matter what you drive. 3. The lowest synthetic oil change guarantee, and every 5th oil change is free for all makes and models. Plus, new Honda buyers get brake pads for life. See the service difference at Northern Honda, 1250 Seymour beside Home Depot.
Community engagement is one of our core focuses at McDonald's. The key is finding the right people who are passionate about the same things we are, helping kids be kids. McDonald's proudly supports local organizations such as the North Bay Regional Health Center Foundation, Big Brothers Big Sisters, One Kids Place, the Children's Aid Society, and Ronald McDonald House Charities. Stop by McDonald's on 1500 Fisher Street, North Bay to see how we can serve you and the community every day.
And we welcome you back inside the Jerry McCrory Sportsplex on a very special day, Mike Brown's birthday, as the Powassan Voodoos look to fight off the Sudbury Cubs as it's all tied at 1 apiece right now. 21-15 also the shots. I'm Courtney Kenny, he's Harrison Clements. And we are back in action here to start the third. The Voodoos in the road whites are going left to right. The Cubs in their home blues are right to left. Also apologies off the hop, we've been told. And credit where I will shift blame to another person, but we've been pronouncing Chris Innes wrong. Number 27 in your programs, number 1 in a lot of hearts, I'm sure, for the Cubs. The usual play-by-play man told me that I was to say it the other way, so I've been bamboozled, I think.
Not to lay the blame, but to lay the blame.
Well, I'm just searching for answers right now. I'm a hurt Blue Jays fan. As McMillan takes a shot high and wide, everyone's going to look to fire somebody in the coming days, so I will look to fire you, Thomas Mercier. No, I'm just kidding. Thomas is great at what he does. He was a big help for us as well, you know, giving us some extra content. Helping out with the Voodoos game yesterday, too, as we flip-flop teams for this NOJHL Showcase. Puck in the neutral zone. Cubs flip it in on Daniel Durocolo. Both goaltenders great here through 40-plus minutes. As Wraith Smith just gets a piece of it and dumps it into Cubs territory, so no icing coming there. Lazarus with the puck now behind his net. Down the ice to Oliver Smith. And it's flipped back to Lazarus. Now in the slot. Good chance there by Cohan, turned aside. And another chance coming into Durocolo. And he's just going to grab that one and freeze the puck.
Good shot on net there. Durocolo able to bounce the rebound away from the Cubs player who was sitting at his doorstep. An early chance there for the guys in blue. But so far, Powassan holding strong, keeping this game tied at 1.
Another face-off to the left side of Durocolo. Cohan in against Shields. Tied up in their own zone. McClellan tried to get it out. And now Cohan gets it out to the middle of the ice. Another shot on net, blocked in front of the net. And McCarthy comes away with it. McCarthy down the ice. Gets it to Shields. Shields takes a shot, scores! Somehow! That found the back of the net. Tucker Shields, eat your heart out, Ben Sargent. Number 11 puts the Voodoos out front.
Sword on the attack on this one is Tucker Shields. Absolutely rifles one from the blue line. No one expected that one to go in. An absolute rocket, hard to track. You see the net pop out. Beautiful shot, beautiful goal. 2-1 Voodoos.
Tucker Shields with his 5th of the season. As you mentioned, putting the Voodoos up 2-1 on an absolute snipe from the blue line. We've seen the Voodoos throw a couple of pucks from the blue line on net this game and didn't think much of it. Battle now in the Voodoos territory down by the net. McClain comes away with it. There's so many Micks out there. Really helping our sponsor McDonald's though. McClain tried to clear the puck out, now it's given away to McCharles. Puck knocked off his stick, and going the other way is Thompson. Thompson through the neutral zone. Leaves it back, takes another shot from the point, hits the body, bounces out. Now good speed there by Walker. Walker Tries to get around his man. Couldn't, as a good stick there knocked the puck away from him. That was McCarthy on the back check. McCarthy up the ice. Couldn't get it past. Too far past, or rather that was Ricci. To Newton now. Back to Oliver Smith. Smith tried to take the shot. A good skate there by Ricci negated that shot. Now Smith carries it around behind the net. Smith skates it around some more. That's going to come back out to Martin. Shot on net. Hit a body. Went into the corner. Newton, another chance as he skates around the zone. Newton near the top of the net. Breaks the ankle of Russo, making him fall. A la basketball player. Now going the other way is Dubroy along with Martin. Dubroy takes his man in hard, gets the puck. Smetham with another shot. Saved there by Bjorn. On I'm sure what looked like a knuckleball. It hit a body and stopped speed and just died real quick. So the goaltender had to stay poised on that one.
Nice chase down by Dubroy there in the corner. Finds the attacker coming in. Gets it wide open. And Bolin, it just gobbles that thing up. No rebound. Stops it clean.
Puck back to Rotundo as it hits a body of Craven and goes out of play. Tucker Shields, his 5th of the season, was assisted by Darby McCarthy, getting his 2nd assist of the game. Keaton Dubroy also listed as the secondary on that one, 2:11 into the period.
Voodoos having a knack for scoring early.
First goal of the game coming within 42 seconds. And then again within 2 or 3 minutes of this final frame, potentially. Patrick tries to throw the puck cross ice. It does find Lemke. Lemke sits his man down. And now Lazarus has it in his own zone. Leaving it, but it's Rotundo who picks it up. Rotundo tried to flip it towards the net. Instead, it hit a body, and now he skates around. Goes out front. Pass came to nobody, but it was a good chance regardless. And another shot attempt there by LaCroix is negated by a body in front. Cohan down into Voodoo's territory. Gains the zone, takes a sharp angle shot. Puck bounces out to the slot and hits a body and goes down the ice. Bjorn out to play it. Now behind the net, Martin. Or rather Hauser. Hauser with the puck. Flips it into Voodoo's territory for Shields to go after. Hauser takes a big hit. Turner back to the near side. Sudbury, Chitteroni, back to Martin. Martin flips it in deep. Walker, almost behind the net, picks it up. Gets it back to Martin. Martin, cross ice. Shoveled back in. Now McCharles battling with Case behind the net. Puck up against the end wall. Shields knocked down from Chitteroni. And coming now with the puck is Turner. Turner flips it out to the neutral zone. Delayed penalty now coming against the Cubs, it looks like. As it looks like it's going to be a cross-checking call against Hudson Chitteroni.
The board battle there. Clear cross-check to the back from Chitteroni. And the Voodoos will get their first power play of the game.
Voodoo's power plays have been few and far between this season, but they have tried to make the most of their chances when they're given a shot. Another chance here now with Shields coming in for the draw against Oliver Smith on the far side in Sudbury territory. Puck won back to Lemke at the point. Puck nearly came out, but McCarthy sends it around the end wall. Case to the near side half wall. Stops up. Looks back to the point for Lemke. Lemke back to Case. Case walks in, takes the shot off the post, and out of play.
Tiniest bit of daylight there above the glove of Bolin. And just off the crossbar. Immediate chances. Good fighting around the corners. Making the space you need and getting shots early in this power play.
Another chance now for the Voodoos on the near side face-off win to Case. In deep from McCarthy for Smetham. Smetham tried a sharp angle pass, and now he's taken hard into the boards by Kevion. Kevion trying to win the board battle. The Voodoos just throw a couple of bodies in there, and Shields gets it back to the point for Lemke. Quickly to Case. Back to Lemke. Lemke with the shot, hits a body. Puck bounces to the near side for Lemke to pick up. Gets it back for Case. Case to the far side for Shields. Shields takes another shot. Bjorn makes the save on that one with the butterfly. Minute 8:11 Minute 11, I should say, left on the power play for the Voodoos. 23-18, the shots in favor of the Cubs, and the score is 2-1.
Bjorn being a hard guy to beat, but the Voodoos playing, passing it around, making a move back and forth very quickly, opening up different advantage of that as best they can.
Charles tries to beat McLean. Can't get it past him, though. Now is Ricci out to play the point as well. Gets it in tight for Patrick. Back to the point for McLean. McLean into the far side for Thompson. Thompson carries it down the wall. Innes all over him. Thompson tries to get it past him, but instead the puck's going to come out to Walker and it'll go down the ice. Duracolo out to play the puck, leaving it for Ricci. Ricci from his own zone to McLean. McLean with some speed. Down to Thompson. Thompson tried to flip the puck back in, but instead it's down the ice again. Duracolo out to play the puck once again. 25 seconds remaining on the man advantage for Powassan. Ricci skates, can't get out of his zone. Having troubles here with Shanks. Shanks all over him. Throws a slow pass across the ice to McMillan. 10 seconds left on the man advantage. McMillan gains the zone. Thompson takes another shot. Bjorn with the glove save on that one. And with 12:44 left, Voodoos still lead 2-1. 5 seconds left on the man advantage, I should say.
Voodoos with a couple high chances there on the power play, managing to snipe from far away towards the final minute there, though, being brought back into their zone and forced to regroup.
Shields with another shot. Bjorn, another save. And now McCarthy mixing it up in the blue paint. Bjorn looked at him as well and didn't seem to like that too much as he just crashed the net after the shot on goal, looking for a
play. We'll be able to draw with a man advantage before having to worry about the fifth man coming back on. Helping get set up quickly off the draw if they win.
Shields back in against Newton. Puck won back to the Voodoos, but it's kept in the zone only briefly. Sturge couldn't keep it, as it's to Rotundo. Back over for Sturge. Sturge down the ice looking for his man. Hit a body, and now Newton picks it back up. Newton loses it. Sturge picks it up. Near side to Shields. Heavy hit in the far end, and now McCarthy has it. McCarthy leaving it for Turner. Turner takes a sharp angle shot. He scores! Zach Turner from a sharp angle shot beats Bjorn. It's 3-1 Voodoos.
Zach Turner finds the opportunity, manages to hug the near side wall, finally beats Bjorn's glove. It's looked so good all night. He's been catching everything, as you said, looking more like a catcher than a goalie at certain points. Makes no mistake about it, goes up 3-1 at a vital moment. You had the lead, you need to close that distance, you need to mitigate any chance of Sudbury coming back in this. 12-12 left on the clock, 3-1 Voodoos.
Zach Turner's second of the season, and the Voodoos will take it here. As you mentioned, third period, 3-1 lead now with 8 minutes gone, 12 minutes to go. McLean tied up in the neutral zone, tries to will the puck forward to Patrick. Now it's back to Case. Case gets it to Lemke, who just shovels the puck into Cubs territory. Hauser with it. Hauser slowly out of his zone, goes cross ice for McCharles. McLean gets to it, finds Patrick. Patrick flips it out for Walker. Walker tries to go back down, get past the big defenseman. McCharles gets it into the zone, but a good stick there negates that chance, and now McLean comes back for it. McLean flips it back around the far side wall. Patrick with it. Patrick tries to flip it out to the middle of the ice. It does come out. Case now going for a skate. Case with another shot. Bjorn stops that one. And the puck knocked down the ice for the Cubs. Sturge comes in for defense. A good block there as the puck is out of play, as that was a good rush there by Rubik. And that'll put that one out of play. And another whistle here with 11:09 left in the third period.
Bjorn lets up a big rebound at the other end, which no one's able to capitalize. Leaves a few Voodoos out of position, and the Sudbury Cubs are able to start to rush the other way, but luckily Sturge is able to get in the way and stop any high-scoring chance.
You know what's not out of play? Happy birthday, Mike Brown, the camera operator. Puck down the ice. LaCroix gets a hold of it. And now coming out with it is Turner, the most recent goal scorer. He rolls the puck into the glove of Bjorn and takes a hard hit in the process. And now LaCroix having some words with the referee.
Meeting of the minds. Looked like little leg contact after the hit. Nothing too major, but see why some tempers would start flaring around this time in a period.
Well, to me, it was LaCroix that threw the hit. I mean, that's the way I mean, who knows?
I'm not denying that.
Who knows, but we'll see. We'll have to find out. Nothing's going to come of it, of course, penalty-wise. So we'll get another draw here in the offensive zone for Powassan. Russo coming in. Russo, excuse me, tries to shovel his man off the puck. But now it's Newton going the other way. Newton with some speed. Gains the zone, but he stick-handled himself into submission. Now the puck down and out of the zone thanks to Turner. Innes with it. To Martin. Martin up for Oliver Smith. Smith tried to flip it in on net. Went up high. Newton chasing after it. Smith comes away with it. Puts it in deep for Newton. Newton twisting and turning here. Goes back the way he came. Now he's back out to the point. Newton stopping up, flips it back in. Now in for Shanks to Newton. Newton on the near side wall, taking hard into the boards. And a board battle ensues, but Shanks tries to walk out with it. Now Smith does. He puts his shot wide. Smith, the lone goal scorer for Sudbury here to this point. Gets across ice to Martin. Martin stops up, takes the shot. DeRoccolo saw that one all the way, as that was a good chance there by Martin to get around Case and take the shot. But with 9:53 left in the third period, we'll hit our mid-period break. And we'll I don't know what that was. But now I don't hear anything in my headset.
For the last time for the tournament here, we'd like to talk about the NOJHL and the Canadian Mental Health Association and how they work together on the Talk Today program to foster mental health awareness and reduce stigma in NOJHL communities. To learn more about local mental health and addiction supports, please visit CMHA Sudbury /Manitoulin at 111 Elm Street, Sudbury, or go to sm.cmha.ca.
Thank you very much, Harrison, as we're back in action here very shortly. 9:53 left in the third period. In what has been a fun game for both teams. Oh, maybe the Sudbury Cubs might say otherwise, but the first 40 minutes you could say it was pretty fun.
And they've started to improve on their offensive zone pressure, having quite a few good chances there, having a good shot on DeRoccolo.
Lazarus with the shot, turned aside by DeRoccolo on the near side half wall as the puck comes on the far side. And now McCharles has it. McCharles behind the net. Tries to get it back to Kevion. Kevion to McCharles. Back in for Walker. Walker takes a sharp angle shot, hits the side of the net. Now the puck thrown back out front again, but the Voodoos pick it up this time. Trying to get it out. Lazarus keeps it in. Now McCharles takes a hard hit, knocks his man down in the process. Smetham. Puck knocked out front again. Powassan negates that as Patrick flips it down the ice. Down the ice once again. Into Cubs territory. As now the Cubs try to get out of their own zone. Lazarus cross ice to Cohan. Cohan in for DeRoccolo. DeRoccolo leaves it up for McClellan. McClellan, however, gets the puck taken off his stick, and now Hauser with a shot. Puck comes back out because of the Voodoos, knocking it out to neutral ice. Ray Smith chasing after it, however. Craven sends it back in. DeRoccolo got a piece of that, covers it up, and we'll get a stoppage here with 8:33 left in this third period.
To get back in this one, they've had a lot of zone control, firing pucks on net, trying to do anything to sneak one past DeRoccolo. Sustained board pressure has also looked very good for the Cubs.
Nolan Newton, the former Trapper, skating the puck down the ice. Gains the zone. Puck flew off his stick, and now it comes out, and Innes gets to it. Innes tripped up. No call coming on that one. And the Voodoos skate it back into Cubs territory, takes another shot. And that'll be another glove save by Bjorn.
First offensive zone draw for the Voodoos in a few minutes here. have had a couple of chances based off of breaking out of their zone, but haven't had any solid setups. About the last 5, it's been all Sudbury and the defense for Powassan. Now they get an O-zone draw, win it.
Rotundo takes a shot. It's off a body and into the corner. McMillan picking it up on the far side. McMillan battling along with Innes. McMillan trying to come away with it. McCharles also battling for it as the puck comes out to the neutral zone. Up for Wraith Smith. Smith turns and McClellan. When the shot just misses wide. Rotundo takes another shot. And that one was over everybody. Dubroy gets to it. Saved by the goaltender there for Sudbury. McCharles flips it down the ice. And now Rotundo in a foot race with Chitteroni. Again, Rotundo and Chitteroni very much used to one another. Although one was at the bottom of the standings last year and one was at the top with the U16 Trappers and the Junior Greyhounds. However, the U18 Trappers eventually took down the Junior Greyhounds in the Great North U18 League Finals. Although Rotundo was not a part of that team. Puck on the far side. Flipped back in by the Cubs. Just missed Drocolo. Flipped out of the zone and down.
Shots remaining fairly locked here throughout the entire game. High quality.
Had some injury scares earlier this game. Good to see them both back out. Case behind his own net now. Loses the puck to Shanks. Shanks loses it to Smetham. However, Newton comes in and picks it back up. He's near the Voodoos zone. Going for a skate around the perimeter. The Cubs tend to like this, it seems, in this game. As he drops the puck back behind the net. Voodoos nearly regained possession. Shanks battling with Smetham. Battling some more. Puck to the side for Smith. Puck comes out front. Smith off the pass, picks it back up. Smith flipping it in tight for Newton. Newton chasing after it. He's knocked off the puck, but the Cubs still battling for it. Shanks trying to come away with it. Voodoos finally get to it and knock it down the ice. Hauser coming back for it. Gets it over to Kevion. Just over 5:10 left here in this third period. Puck down the ice. Kevion goes after it. Picks it up. Stops behind his net to let his guys get set up. And then he leaves the puck for McCharles. McCharles with speed down the ice. Into the offensive zone, but it's McCarthy who picks it up. Now a hard hit to the side of the net. A good chance there, negated by Drocolo. And puck going down into the neutral zone. McCarthy picks it up. Turner took a spill. No one was near him. And now McCarthy picks it up again in the offensive zone. Shields for Turner. Back. Stops things up. 4:20 here left in this third period. Puck down the ice. Turner with it, or Thompson rather, in his own zone. Picks it up. Sends it far side to Wraith Smith. Now McLean. McLean got it as far as the blue line, but is kept in by Innes. Innes takes a shot. Turned aside. Sharp angle shot. What another. It's knocked off his feet. We'll have to keep an eye on Buell and see if he gets pulled anytime soon. With 3.5 minutes here left in this third. Puck not going anywhere. The referees blow the clay dead. And now we got some bear hugs down there. Although you have to think it's not of the loving variety between the rivalry between these two teams.
Unlikely, Courtney, unlikely. I don't know how Drocolo saw that puck. That had to be instinctual or something. Many screening players in front, man, just sneak that out from behind the crowd and keep this game as tight as it is.
You know what is of the loving variety? Happy birthday, Mike!
Happy birthday!
As we're going to get a timeout here. No timeout on Mike Brown's birthday, though. It's timeout for going for Sudbury. As you said, with Drocolo, from this angle, you couldn't see the goaltender because of all the bodies, and then all of a sudden, somehow, some way, that pad just came out of nowhere and slid across and made the save.
It was like in a sitcom where the characters poked their head around a door frame trying to listen in on something, except it was a huge save. 3-2 at this point in the game. Still remains as close as ever, especially pulling the goalie. Anything can happen at that point. It's key to keep this 2-goal lead this late in the game to maintain some sort of security.
And we'll have to see if Bjorn comes out of his net now with the timeout. Doesn't look like, oh, there is indeed 6 Cubs on the ice. So the net is empty in the Sudbury end. Bjorn have the other end of an empty net. Shields in for the draw. Newton in for his team. As Sudbury loading up with all their offensive weapons. Case to the blue line, but no further. As now it comes to Shanks. Shanks battling for it. Gets it back to Ennis. Ennis takes the shot, flipped up at the last second and out of play. And into the meshing behind the net. So another stoppage here with 3:18 left in regulation.
You can imagine that this is going to become a firing squad a little bit. 6 guys on the ice. High shots, low shots, any chance you can get. You got to just put pucks on net if you're Sudbury and try and squeak something through.
Puck won back by the Voodoos, although the Cubs come away with a big save again by DeRoccolo. Newton on the one-time attempt.
Looked like a 3-on-0 there right in the crease, and he's able to get a pad on it. Smother it with the glove. Excellent save there, 3:12. Still on the clock.
Daniel DeRoccolo. Again, if you needed reinforcement as to why he was NOJHL goaltender of the month for the month of September, look no further than this game, although this game is in October. Puck dumped back in by the Cubs. Behind the net is Newton. Newton battling for it with Shields. McCharles trying to come away with it. McLean out there as well for the Voodoos. Smith now to Shanks. Shanks tried the wraparound. Couldn't get that puck past DeRoccolo. Now the near side is Oliver Smith. Smith skating around. Gives it to his man. Slap pass across to Newton. Newton couldn't handle that one. 2:40 left in this third period. Newton with it once again. Ennis takes the shot, looking for a tip. It was tipped, but wide of the net. Now Case gets it out to Martin. Martin falling to the ice, no call coming there. McCharles takes a shot over the net, and the puck back to the point for Ennis. Now it's down the ice. Martin will have to chase after it as the Voodoos go for a change, but that'll go for icing, however. So now another offensive zone draw here for the Cubs. And will the Voodoos be able to change? Doesn't look like it.
Voodoos doing a good job of keeping the majority of the shots to the blue line. A couple of in-close attempts with 6 guys on the ice. To year 5, someone's going to sneak past, but they're getting in front of the puck, tangling up, and it looks like we're going to have a timeout here.
Timeout for the Voodoos. Like I said, with this arena, every time they go to a timeout, it changes the score to it's like 30, and you're like, wait a sec, and it starts counting down. But it takes you a moment to get used to it.
Bonus round.
How many pucks can you get in the net in 30 seconds? How many can you get in, Harrison?
Well, I was invited on the ice in Peterborough to do as such, and the answer is 0. If you've ever felt humiliation in front of 3,000 people, welcome to the club.
Only time I've been on the ice there was to get a picture with the Bobby Orr trophy. Unfortunately, the North Bay Battalion couldn't hammer it home in that series. But why are we still talking about games played in May? I don't know, maybe because I'm not over it yet. 3-1, Powassan leads here, 2:13 left in the third period. Shots on goal 30-27 in favor of the hometown Cubs. Walker in for the draw against Patrick. Patrick back for Ennis. Ennis cross ice going for Martin. Attempt there by Cohan. Gets it back to Martin. Martin takes a shot turned away by DeRoccolo. Secondary chance turned aside by DeRoccolo. McLean tried to clear the puck out. Now it's out to Martin. Martin for Ennis. Ennis back for Martin. Shot on net goes wide. Case tries to flip the puck back wide to Lemke. Ennis takes another shot turned aside by a blocked Shields. Back for Martin. Martin for Ennis. Ennis loses it to Shields. Shields flips it down the ice and the beleaguered Voodoos will get off the ice as quickly as they can for a quick line change. Chitteroni quickly back in for an attack. Leaves it back for Innes. Innes got it to Martin. Martin plays it off the boards. Now over for Innes. Takes a shot off the stick of Thompson and out of play with 1:17 left here in the third period. 3-1 Voodoos lead.
That was a very long shift for the Voodoos on the defense, and finally able to get a change off, able to get a fresh set of legs, and still managing to get in front of a bunch of pucks, get their sticks in the way, and make life as difficult for the Cubs as possible.
False start here on the face-off. And now we'll get another chance here on the blocker side of Dyracolo with Russo. Russo back in behind, and now the puck's flipped out by the Voodoos and down the ice. Will this have the legs for icing? Doesn't look like it, as Kevion will get to it. 1:05 left on the clock. Empty net still for Sudbury as this is 6-on-5. Lots of skaters out there, lots of blue jerseys too. Big hit in the neutral zone by Thompson. To McCharles, takes the shot. Dyracolo stops that one. And now Shanks getting into it with Case. Also, Newton, who was hurt earlier in the game, still down in the ice. Newton took a big spill earlier as the trainer comes back for him, as he's slow to get up. Skates over under his own power. Looks off the trainer as he goes back to the bench. Slams down his stick in frustration. 53.4 seconds left on the clock. 3-1 Powassan leads. 33-27. The shots in favor of Sudbury. McCharles in for the draw against Ryan Patrick.
If it was any other team, I'd say it wasn't possible. Sudbury, they're just that good that it could be.
Kevion, cross ice for Innes. Innes in deep for Smith. Smith at the far wall. Case just gets it in against the boards, trying to wedge it there along with Patrick. Patrick now, as the Cubs are digging away at it. Lemke comes in, knocks the puck down the ice, and that one looks like it might not have it for icing either. Kevion gets to it. 26 seconds left on the clock. Another chance here for the Cubs as McCharles goes the other way. As he skates around a couple, puts it out front. Dyracolo's ran into, and we'll get a stoppage here. As McCharles' pass couldn't find anybody, but Dyracolo was run into, and the net came off. 14.2 seconds. 3-1. Voodoos lead the Cubs.
And the Cubs undefeated as of now. We will see how this fans out.
Bjorn back in his net as the face-off's coming out of the Voodoos zone, and he will stay there unless the Cubs get some quick possession in Voodoos territory. Puck down the ice, Dyracolo to play it. Bjorn staying there, and put it in your headline. The Cubs are undefeated no more as the Powassan Voodoos skate away with a 3-1 victory here in Sudbury.
They had a well-fought battle last time the Cubs and the Voodoos faced off in Powassan. Went to a shootout. Extra frames not needed on this one, with assists, with goals from Tucker Shields that put them with the go-ahead goal. 3 goals too early in the frames, and one heck of an effort from the Powassan Voodoos. The Cubs had a fantastic showing towards the end of the game. They had a lot of ozone pressure, a lot of chances, but they could not get past the D-Rock.
We'll get our player of the game here momentarily. Carson Ricci, the first scorer of the game for the Voodoos. Oliver Smith tying it up midway through the second. Tucker Shields with his 5th early in the 3rd. And Zach Turner with his 2nd late in the 7th. And it looks like Kevion is the player of the game for Sudbury. Much deservedly so. And I think there's one choice here. Number 31 would be my choice. And that's exactly who got it. Daniel Dyracolo, player of the game here for the Powassan Voodoos.
we have one extra we'd like to mention. Player of the game in our hearts, birthday boy Mike.
That's exactly it. Mike Brown, the birthday boy. I can't think of anything better than a birthday win for the camera operator here after a long 2 days at the NOJHL Showcase. 8 games. Mike, the camera operator for all 8. Spending his birthday here, bringing you wonderful video quality. And now he looks like he's dead inside. But either way, he made it through, Harrison.
We all made it through.
It's a war of attrition, this NOJHL Showcase.
And wouldn't want it any other way.
No, until next year, of course. And then we'll question our decisions again as we get to game number 6 or game number 7. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there next year.
My knees are 45 now.
Anyways, with that one being said, for birthday boy Mike, producer Ben Long, Courtney Kenny, Harrison Clements, this is the Frontline signing off from Sudbury at the NOJHL Showcase. We got a bit of a drive ahead of us now to get home to go to work tomorrow. Woohoo! And as always, keep your eye on the front line.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
Hey there, I'm Mike the Financial Advisor. When you strip it down to its core and you take away all the industry jargon, I help people solve financial concerns. So if you're concerned that you'll never save enough to retire comfortably, or that your kid is going to graduate post-secondary $40,000 in debt, or maybe even that life is going to take a really unfortunate sideways turn and somebody is going to have to open a GoFundMe page for you and your family, I can help you prevent all of those things from happening. If you want to see how, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just do a search for Mike the Financial Advisor. You should find me.
You rely on your vehicle to take you to the places that matter most to you. So bring your vehicle to the team you can rely on to keep it running at its best. Dave's Automotive Services. Whether you're getting your car or truck ready for the season with a tire change, making sure you're safe on the road with an inspection and certification, or doing your due diligence to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape with regular maintenance, Dave's Automotive Services has you covered. Expert troubleshooting, quality repairs, and time-efficient labor are the 3 stars of service you can expect when you bring your car or truck to Dave's Automotive Services at 411 Airport Road. Call 705-478-5544 and book your appointment today.